my channel. Today I have a video for you just to show how I take my math notes. So let's get started. Now to begin, I would just start by making a big title. I would use like this, I want to call it a brush pen, but it's not really a brush pen since you can't really do any calligraphy on it, but it's actually quite handy because it makes your title stand out. It's quite bright. But just to let you know, when I didn't have this pen, I would just use like a regular old black pen and just like trace it over a lot of the times just to make it like bold and just make it stand out. Now, why would I say that to you? Because I just want you to know you don't need like some fancy calligraphy pens or mild liners to make your notes like practical, but and also like like pretty, I guess. So yeah, that's that. That's my title. Now, apart from the title, I would write I would call it like the key formulas to this topic. Now, to be honest, why do I write this? Because when I look back at my like math notes, like when it comes to my actual GCSEs, the most important thing that I would look at is how I would do these questions because you would like inevitably like forget some equations, I guess. And it's just really good to look back at them. Now, so I would write them in like a different colored pen. Like for example, here I'm using a blue pen to write it. It just makes it stand out a bit. That's all there is to it. Just like write down the key formulas. So when it comes to revision, I would normally just like look at the key formulas. I wouldn't really look at like what's behind like the rest of it because normally just as soon as I look at the formulas, I would get a quick grasp of how it is supposed to be done. Now there are some exceptions, so like sometimes when I do transformation, I will forget. So that's why sometimes I would also list like some examples of how it is to do this. Yeah, that's that. And after the key formulas, I would just write like I would call them like little examples of how this thing is to be done, I guess. I do this by like going in my book, going to the CGP, like my CGP workbooks, and just finding the like some examples that demonstrate a lot of things like how this is supposed to be done, how that is supposed to be done, and all that. For example, for this topic, surds, I would go like on the physics and math tutor, I guess, and then just like copy down some questions. For example, how am I supposed to do multiplication with surds? How am I supposed to simplify them? What happens if like you're like rationalizing the denominator? Like if the bottom is just the square root 5, how am I supposed to do that? If the bottom is 2 plus square root 5, how am I supposed to do that? I just find examples for every possible like scenario that I might use surds and just copying them down. For example, here I have timesing surds, dividing surds, simplifying them, rationalizing them, multiply, division, all of that stuff, and I basically just copy all of that down. Now, when I really do my revision, I normally don't look at these. These are just a quick reminder for me of how I would actually do them because for maths, especially maths, like maths is like a more, I want to say like more academic, like more like mathy. I'm not too sure if that's a word, but mathy questions. The best thing you can do to improve your math skills is just practice. It's not like biology or geography where you need to memorize all that stuff. No, you need to do practice. practice. And I feel like that's like every like every mathy subject you need to do practice. For example, I know that chemistry, I would need a bit of practice on the ionic covalent, and yeah, that's those two bonds. Those are like more like practical, I guess, like mathy bonds, I would say. So yeah, I would do that. And so yeah, just before the test, just make sure you do plenty of practice. Now I know some of you like might not know where to get these practice like questions, I guess. Now I have two websites I go, like the one is physics and maths tutor, and the second is Save My Exams. Those are the two websites that I go, and they are really handy. So I'll link them in the description if you want to check them out. Yeah, so maths, yeah. Just do a lot of practice, you'll get it. I believe in you. Now, apart from like the normal, like just writing these, sometimes they have like some hacks to solving these. For example, in this topic, we have the difference of two squares, like how that will come in handy. For example, brackets x, I guess it's x plus y brackets times brackets x minus y, that would equal to um x squared minus y squared. Those are just some quick hacks that you can use. um the difference I feel like when it comes to like, being good at maths and being brilliant at math is your method. So, like, why do some people get to like finish their maths like so easily, so quickly, and like they get 100% every time? I think it's because they know these methods, they know how to simplify these, they know how to like make them faster, make them like just like make them easier for them to solve them, because it is extremely important. Now that is maths. Um, well, what am I doing here? After I wrote down like those hacks, I would just like place them in onto like an area where it's like not exactly very like hiding everything that I wrote, and that's basically it. That's my maths like method. So thank you for watching.